Hello, everybody. Hey.
Important message. What is a free spirit? A free spirit is someone who lives life on their own terms, guided by inner truth rather than external expectations. Here are some key traits that often describe a free spirit. Number 1, independent thinker. They trust their own judgment, often question societal norms or traditions that don't resonate with their values. Number 2, authentic. They value being true to themselves and aren't afraid to stand out or go against the grain, even if it means being misunderstood. Number 3, emotionally intuitive. Many free spirits are deeply in tune with their own emotions, intuition, and spiritual guidance. They often follow what feels right, which is their own internal moral compass. Number 4, adventurous and open-minded. They crave new experiences, cultures, and ideas. They often reject rigid routines and enjoy exploring both the world and themselves. Number 5, non-materialistic. Free spirits tend to value freedom, growth, and connection over status, money, or possessions. Number 6, creative or expressive. They often have artistic, musical, or spiritual inclinations, using self-expression as a way to connect with the world. Being a free spirit isn't about being reckless or avoiding responsibility. It's about living in alignment with your soul, not just surviving by societal expectations. Free spirits are misunderstood because a lot of people aren't free, so they can't understand freedom. They can't comprehend it. A lot of people want to cage people into boxes, categorize people, tell people who they are. You have stereotypes, you have stigmas. People think that they know you better than you know yourself. People can be with you 10 years of your life and still don't know you. You can meet somebody, and the person that you was with for 10 years of your life, you can meet somebody and somebody can know you better, and you only know them for 1 month because they resonate with your soul. Some people don't resonate with your soul. Free spirits are often misunderstood and targeted because they represent freedom, authenticity, and inner power. Things that can challenge systems built on control, conformity, and fear. And y'all, these are not my words. This is what I'm searching up through research. These aren't my words. I'm just sharing with you guys the research based off of my own ideas and topics. Here's a deep explanation of why this happens and how a plot to target them can take form socially, psychologically, and spiritually. Free spirits are misunderstood because they don't conform. Free spirits resist being boxed in by societal expectations, career paths, gender roles, beauty standards, etc. This can make them seem rebellious, irresponsible, or even threatening to people who are deeply invested in those systems. They expose inauthenticity. Just by being real, a free spirit can mirror the way other people are not. This triggers discomfort, jealousy, or even hostility in people who feel trapped in their own lives. Number 3, they value freedom over control. In a world that runs on productivity, profit, and hierarchy, someone who chooses peace over hustle or intuition over logic may be seen as lazy, irrational, or dangerous. From childhood, people are trained to follow rules, obey authority, and suppress emotions. Free spirits don't do that easily. Society labels them as weird, too sensitive, too emotional, or delusional, isolating them. Number 2 is spiritual warfare. So number 1 was social conditioning. Number 2 is spiritual. Energetically, free spirits often carry light, healing, or a calling that threatens dark or oppressive forces. They're often sent distractions, spiritual attacks, or people who try to drain, copy, or distort their energy. Number 3, surveillance and suppression. Free thinkers, especially when vocal, can be watched, censored, or punished. Think of activists, whistleblowers, mystics, and creatives who get silenced or discredited. Even at a community level, they're often excluded, lied on, and ridiculed to keep them from influencing others. Number 4, targeted in relationships. Narcissistic, controlling, or envious people are drawn to the light of free thinkers but often try to own, manipulate, or break them. These attacks are often subtle, gaslighting, name-calling, guilt-tripping, or spiritual guilt. Number 5, systematic barriers. Housing, employment, healthcare, and justice systems often marginalize those who don't fit the mold, especially if they are quote-unquote black, indigenous, queer, neurodivergent, or from other marginalized backgrounds, which is labels that they give people to categorize them. The targeting of free spirits is often a test and initiation. These experiences refine the spirit, awakening inner power, and push them toward their mission to heal, create, and liberate themselves and others, to expose what is false and birth new ways of living, to teach others how to live in truth. If you feel misunderstood, attacked, or spiritually hunted, it may be because you're meant to break cycles, not blend into them. You're not weak for being sensitive, spiritual, or outspoken. You're powerful, and that's exactly why they try to dim you. Because I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about how, like, you know, when you're a free spirit, of course we know people try to target you. They try to box you in. They try to categorize you. They try to tell you how to do things, how to live your life, how to look, what to wear, where you should live at, where you should work at. Like, they try to vicariously live through you. And if you're your own person, sometimes this can, like, it could trigger a lot of people. The inspiration of this video is I wanted to talk more about the healthcare system, and I wanted to talk about psychiatrists, and I wanted to talk about therapists and things of that sort, because people that are sometimes in positions like that, they don't understand the true power in healing. They don't understand the healing journey. A lot of them have never even healed from some of their, you know, their own trauma, and they're still healing. You know, no one is perfect in general, and no one will ever be perfect, and we're all learning every single day. However, you have people who don't even know themselves, who think that they know other people, is basically what I'm trying to say. As a true divine individual, a lot of people try to label me, and a lot of people try to understand me, but they can't understand me because they never even went on a journey to understand themselves. That's where the issue was at. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, how these fake psychiatrists and these fake therapists will try to label chosen people and divine people as mentally ill. A lot of people have fell victim for this in the past. There has been a lot of people that have been put in places that they were never supposed to be put in from the get-go, but some of those people that put them in those places, they didn't understand how they were being used for much a bigger mission than their human minds couldn't even fathom, which is the energetic war that has been ongoing between low energy and high energy. So this is the reason why people often try to label free spirits, light workers, or spiritually gifted individuals as mentally ill or falsely diagnose them. So number 1 is society fears what they don't understand. Free spirits often see, feel, or know things beyond the physical, things that can't be explained by logic or science alone. This often unsettles people who are deeply rooted in the material realm. When someone talks about energy, spirits, divine messages, synchronicities, or healing through intuition, it challenges the mainstream idea, I guess, of what's real. And just, you know, things that they've been taught. It challenges people to unlearn, you know, challenges the program in their mind, the way they've been programmed, their belief system. It challenges them to have an open mind rather than to be closed-minded. It challenges their comfortability. Instead of expanding their understanding, many react with dismissal, pathologizing, are mockery to protect their own comfort zone. Number 2, medical and mental health systems are rooted in control. This is why healers have been underneath attack, because you healing people. They need people sick. This is why they mad, because they need sick people. And that's not right. Y'all got the tools, you have the medicine right in front of you, but you want to lie to people and say you don't have the tools. You don't have the medicine. You can't cure it. And that's not just going for health problems. That goes for other problems. Financial problems. Chaotic problems, etc. Historically, the medical and psychiatric fields have been used to silence non-conforming behavior, especially in women. Quote-unquote Black, Indigenous, and queer and neurodivergent communities. Prophets, mystics, healers, and visionaries have often been labeled, these medical diagnoses that they've been mislabeled, misrepresented, miscategorized. And y'all don't mind all of that, because I'm a truth teller, and a lot of people be attacking my voice because they want me to be quiet, but I'm never going to be quiet. They call us delusional, schizo, BPD, manic, all these other things. They say you using drugs. They say you this, you that, because they can't fathom somebody like you. They ain't never been nobody like you. They did the same thing to people like Albert Einstein. People who made electricity, people who made the traffic lights, people who created light, who created all these innovations that we have. They did the same thing to them. Because the rest of the village, the rest of the community, they couldn't think that big. They can, but they didn't tap into that. They didn't use their brain's full capacity. But this individual did. And because they feel like they can't do it, they don't do nothing but judge. These are witch hunts. This is modern day witch hunts still going on. What they don't understand, they try to get rid of. Whether if that be by isolating the individual, or they wage war. These systems often fail to distinguish between a mental health crisis and a spiritual emergence. Yeah, because they don't understand spirituality themselves. A lot of these people are not tapped into God. They don't understand. All they know is what they've been taught. All they know is textbook. They don't understand intuition. They don't even trust their gut feeling. They don't trust that gut feeling that tells them, don't trust this person. Don't go there. Don't buy that. They don't trust that little nudge that they be getting. Their gut feeling. They don't trust that. Number 3, labeling equals silencing. False diagnoses are sometimes used intentionally to discredit a person's truth or testimony, control them through medication or institutionalization, break their confidence or gaslight their reality, keep them quiet when they're exposing harm, injustice, or speaking spiritual truths. This tactic has been used against spiritual leaders, quote-unquote Black and Indigenous activists, survivors of abuse and trauma, women who speak out against patriarchal systems. Number 4 is light irritates darkness. Light workers carry healing, awakening, and truth when they enter spaces that are built on lies, power abuse, spiritual manipulation. Their presence alone causes disruption. So instead of honoring them, people try to paint them as unstable. Their gifts make them question their own mind by gaslighting. This isn't new, it's ancient. Mystics, witches, and visionaries have been burnt, institutionalized, exiled, or crucified for simply holding light in a dark world. Number 5, mental health. Real mental health issues can be misread. It's also possible for free spirits to experience genuine trauma, anxiety, depression, or even psychosis due to energetic overload, unprocessed spiritual trauma. isolation, or systematic oppression. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, energetic overload, unprocessed spiritual trauma, isolation, or systematic oppression. But these conditions require spirit-centered care, not just pills or labels. Many need healing through community, nature, ancestors, rituals, safe space to express. They label you to contain your light, but your spirit can't be boxed in. These are projections. These are people's projections. It has nothing to do with us. These people think that they know us. It's crazy. A lot of these, we're really spiritually awakening people. A lot of these people are going to have epiphanies upon epiphanies and awakenings upon awakenings. Like, oh, that's the reason why that happened when I was a child. I remember that happening when I was a child. People are about to have epiphanies. And they're going to try to be apologetic, but I feel like some people, how far they have went and the lengths that they have gone, you know, I could just forgive people for myself so that I can move on and let go. But a lot of people, I don't care to be connected to, because their disrespect was just beyond disrespectful, and there's no return to that.